Hi, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. Today, we want to bring you an update on the Carly Russell case. So, previously, Carly was announced as being kidnapped. She stopped over on the highway in Birmingham, Alabama, to look to help a kid that she said I think it's about a 4-year-old child or something that she saw on the side of the highway. I'm getting ready to show you a video here from the Birmingham Police Department, who gave an update on all figures in terms of what they have, and then we'd come back and discuss that afterwards.
Carly left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carly concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carly communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel, up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. Called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carly's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carly's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards, that is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carly's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carly scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carly's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carly. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounded local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carly Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carly, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carly's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carly walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carly's place of employment, including one regarding the many questions left to be answered, but only Carly can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carly's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
Well, family, so there you have it. The Birmingham police has now advised that they do not believe many of the things that were stated by Carly. They've advised as well that there was no child. They don't believe that it is necessary to have a be on a lookout alert overall for the general public. And now it's a lot of questions that Carly and her family have to answer. So during that time period, as you see in the video, it says that Carly searched for some terms, as in one-way bus tickets from Birmingham to Nashville. Also searched for, the movie Taken, some Amber Alerts and things like that. This is overall, it's just a really sad event now because at 25 years old, from now on, you're going to be searched on Google when you go for a job, when you go for anything. And, just overall, if it wasn't an issue of mental health, the question now becomes, how can, hopefully there's someone there to speak with her and things like that. Everyone's happy that she returned home. But this has now become something very serious now because the parents, the mother, think about it, people gossip. So if you're going to work, if you're at work or something, there's always some people who's going to be like, hey, that's that woman who had a daughter who decided to lie to the whole country. So there's so much going on here right now that it reminds a bit of the woman, Sherry Papini. I believe it happened in 2016. She kind of faked her own kidnapping as well. And I'll play a little video here of that particular episode. We go from there. But
California mom who faked her 2016 disappearance was sentenced to 18 months in prison, more than double what prosecutors asked for. We're going to talk to Dan Abrams after this report from Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman in Sacramento. He's covered the story from the beginning. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. The judge calling a very tearful Sherry Papini a manipulator, and that stiff sentence ending a 6-year saga. But it also allowed for a trove of evidence used against her to be unsealed. That included images of the severe beating she inflicted on herself and a shocking video in which police finally confront her with the truth. Sherry Papini, the California mom who lied to authorities about being kidnapped and tortured, was sentenced to 18 months in prison Monday. And this morning, we're learning how her hoax slammed to a grinding halt in August of 2020.
We have everything that says that he said he told the truth.
In new video obtained by ABC News, we see for the first time as Shasta County Sheriff's investigators confront the woman they'd tenderly treated as a victim for the previous 4 years. Her husband in the room by her side, that's him in the blue shirt, as the officers confront Papini about her lies.
The reason why you can describe the room is because you stayed in the room in the dark for hours, for days on end. The reason why you lost so much weight is because you stopped eating. The reason why your nose was broke is because of a hockey stick.
In November of 2016, Sherry Papini vanished for 22 days. Then, on Thanksgiving morning, she materialized on a highway nearly 150 miles from home, a trucker stopping and calling 911 for her.
But overall, this is just a, situation of, you ask why, I guess, but Sherry Papini was a white woman in California who kind of faked her own kidnapping. She ended up serving 18 months. So So the question now becomes: are there charges that will be brought to Carly as a result of this? How much time will she serve, and how exactly does the family go on from there? So while there's opportunity for people to laugh and to joke, I think this is an opportunity for us to sit down and consider as well, because this channel is focused on financial solutions, how we can do to better affect change in our lives and in our families' lives. And the decision of this young lady has now affected her entire family for the most part. Will some of her family members change their names with different things like this? Like there's going to be a lot that goes into this overall process, and things that will maybe continue to be played out 5 years, 10 years from now. But in life, like you said, like it's if you don't give up, if you continue to stay focused and to continue to work through it, there's always an opportunity for us to be able to redeem ourselves. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Let me know what you think. If it's your first time on the channel, please consider sharing, and subscribing. And thank you so much for your time, and have a good day.